party rescued someone from being sacrificed on a spooky altar or something. And apparently he was some sort of not magician. Maybe he could impress the beholder with his party tricks. I don't know. But also, you totally didn't kidnap an innocent shopkeeper who just so happened to have a spooky tentacle monster inside of him. And totally weren't going to interrogate him in horrible fashion.
But we kidnapped a priest. No, it was an alchemist.
He is an alchemist who, but was a shopkeeper too, I guess. Because alchemists sell stuff usually. Anyway. So yes, you're in like I think it was a back alley or something, a secret hidden spot with this little alchemist guy who is unconscious currently because he just had a tentacle monster climb out of him. And yeah, what do you do?
I think we wanted to heal him before he goes poof, but I think we already did that. And I also think we had to move location because this place is not all too secure. And after that, I guess we hope he wakes up and can tell us about the spooky tentacle guys. I haven't noticed someone what they're called. Kotsal. Chotsal.
So char. No, they're an aberration, so they're not allowed to have pronounceable names. It's just one of those rules.
But Xmafall has a pronounceable name. Are you saying he's not an aberration?
I don't know. I mean, if they don't have an unpronounceable species name, they usually have an unpronounceable personal name, so. Like Uxmixthal.
That's totally pronounced.
It's only because I made it up. Okay. All right. So, yes, I think I remember you realized with your investigations that you need some sort of like restoration spell to return him to consciousness. That he's taken a lot of ability damage. Or you could just wait for several hours.
Yes,
yeah,
that was a thing. We had to go somewhere where we can sleep so I can actually prepare restoration spells.
Yes. So, where do you want to go?
So we're sleeping.
Just sleep on a cloud. Totally do that.
I think only Arthur can sleep on a cloud.
Oh, how
I
unfortunate.
think the plan was to have our glorious local.
You can sleep on Arthur though. Like, he's medium-sized now.
I don't trust him to not turn in his sleep.
Arthur doesn't turn his.
That's what you say.
Yeah, I bet he doesn't snore too.
Sleeping?
I bet he says he doesn't snore. Doesn't randomly breathe ice. Shake my head. I don't know. He's probably very comfy though.
I think the plan was to have what's his face, not wizard, names. Where is it? Tobias.
Is the rope wizard.
Tobias, the fake wizard.
No,
Should
his
be
name
nerfed by
is
Sylvan.
Sven the Magnificent. Tobias is.
It is Tobias. It's too late.
Spend the magnificent the rope wizard. Not here.
Alright,
Sven
Tobias is the name of his
knows
character at
play.
Space Station, which is what I usually call him because.
Reasonable. Sven knows his area here, so I think he had another location to go to, but I don't remember.
I think we're in his alley. The back alley. Special
Yes,
back.
we're in his little hidey hole.
But he said that this wasn't a good hidey hole, so there's another hidey hole or something, I think.
Said that.
Did he not?
No. Said that it's his alley, just sleeping anywhere.
Well, it's up to you where you want to go, because he's not here.
Sleep here.
Alright.
Can we still hear the guards running around and shit? Or are we secure enough here?
The guards don't come by here very often, although it doesn't necessarily mean that someone else might find you. I don't know why that's part of the soundtrack. Okay. It's supposed to be a medieval town and there's sword fighting going on. I don't know. I don't think that's the usual sounds of a medieval town, but
Yeah, just like a western town always has gunshots in the background. Obviously. It's part of the ambience. Someone's getting paid to shoot those guns.
yeah, I guess. I don't know, it's America. They just like shooting guns for no reason.
Surprisingly accurate.
Shoot guns every week to keep the property tax down.
I think, so let's just go.
Alright. You're
Arthur,
just gonna sleep in this alley and hope that nothing finds you. Okay.
Arthur, keep watch.
Hooray.
Alright. So you're gonna use an illusion to make it look like.
No one's here.
Alright. So during the night, you see a bird. There's a little crow.
Does it have spooky purple shit around its eyes though?
Nope, it's just a crow. It says caw. Except it doesn't say caw, it just sort of caws. Because that's what crows do.
Seems legit.
Alright. You also see a puppy. No, just kidding. There are teddy puppies here. They ate. Anyway. Alright. So it's morning. Nothing horrible happens during the night.
Alright, time to
Hooray for the dice.
grab spells. Boop, boop, boop. I need to actually adjust my AC. Goodbye, Mage Armor. Okay. Whoops.
I don't know. I mean, it's just ability damage, so at some point it would heal naturally. So I assume he would wake up. He
It is
says,
fine. I can cast Restoration less of 5 times,
"Okay,
which
that'll."
is a total of 5d4. So 1, 2, 2, 1, and 4. Probably just start with Constitution or something. Actually, can Aldri tell what stats have been lowered?
I don't know. Why don't you do a heal check?
No. Oh no. I can't
Yeah, that
heal.
skill that people totally use because magic exists.
Yeah. I know
Uh,
what I'm doing. I just throw magic at it.
you're pretty sure that you should just throw magic at it, see what happens.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. So after casting her spells at him, he finally wakes up. He says, "Oh, ooh, oh, where am I? What happened?"
A spooky far realm tentacle thing.
Run an alley,
Ate you.
tentacle
Almost.
monster took possession of your body.
Uh, right. It's gone though.
Yeah, we kind of out of your head.
It,
Uh,
it took
thank you.
itself out of your head.
And we also kidnapped you.
Oh, oh, um,
No, we didn't. We kidnapped the spooky tentacle monster. You were just a freebie.
Yeah, that too.
uh, he seems very confused.
So, anyways, what did the spooky tentacle monster do to you? Do you know anything about what it's trying to do? Because we kind of want to know that.
Also, do you know where a giant boulder is?
That's a giant, spooky, floating eye with a mouth.
Uh, well, it's hard for me to remember. I I was just I went into the store with where I usually get some of my herbs and ingredients, and the next thing I know, there was this voice in my head telling me that I had to do what it says, or it would torture me.
That doesn't help.
I
Well, what did it say you had to do?
It told me that I had to help them create this sort of creature.
The
I d-
cream weird things? What?
yes, I had to make various alchemical decoctions to aid with that, and lend my expertise in the arcane and alchemical arts to help them create this monstrous creature. I don't know exactly what they were trying to do, but they were.
Whatever it is. Yeah, we probably killed.
Have you seen the thing? If so, where was it?
Yes, they gave me this object that I could use to inspect the results of their experiments. As far as I could tell, there was nothing. The experiments haven't been successful so far.
Do you know where these experiments have happened?
Yes, they were in a temple underneath the Moon Plaza, which is the place where you've been already, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, we already killed that.
Oh, thank goodness. But,
We're looking for the mastermind.
well, try to help. I do know that
You know what?
You
there
do know what?
was. You did mention a beholder. I think there was a beholder. There was this guy who I had to speak to sometimes. His name was
Big Smith Hall?
no,
No.
his name was Sebastian.
I'm
I
fairly
don't know
certain
what
it
he did, but he was dressed like a nobleman.
Where was the last place?
In my shop, he had to pick up some alchemical concoctions.
Description of?
Yes, he had red hair and was tall, well dressed, sharp features.
Did he have any crests on his clothing? Crests.
He did wear this pendant with an eye blazoned upon it. Thought it was strange, but I suppose if you're working for a beholder, makes sense.
Do you know of any other locations they're using other than that temple?
I think they might be working with Tim, the wizard, in the.
Oh.
He has the tower in the midst of the city. If not directly working with him, he might know more. I know that they have sometimes contacted him for various magical resources and such. I don't know where I shall go. I doubt it is safe for me anywhere in the city.
We can. I'm not sure if we can keep you safe forever, but we can probably keep you safe while you're with us. Would you be willing to share your experience of getting body snatched with relevant authorities? Maybe we can start a witch hunt on the possessed people and make it harder for them. Now that we have proof that they exist and know what changes happen to the bodies they've taken over.
I suppose I can do that. Yes.
What the fuck, Google? That would be great, thank you. Is there anything else you can remember that we haven't gotten to yet?
Mhm. I remember that sometimes they would use local dogs as spies. We should be wary of them.
Yes. We've came to realize that. Yes.
That's good. I'm not sure that the beholder and these tentacle creatures are in total accord. They seem to be working together, but I'm not sure if their objectives entirely align. It seems like
Do you know what the objectives might be?
I don't know. I assume they want power and dominance and to create some kind of crazed creature, but I don't know for certain.
You don't seem to know what they needed the creature to do, but you might know what it should be able to do. Do you know what properties it had? Should it be able to fly, be really fast, resistant to all attacks? Something in that direction? It might lead us to know what its supposed use was.
They were trying to create some sort of hybrid between those tentacle monsters and the beholders. I'm not certain exactly what they considered would a success be, but I assume it would involve a hybridization of the properties of those two creatures.
You'd fight one of the failed experiments. Okay, well, let us head to this Thoides Aldry.
Hmm? Can you repeat that?
Alright, so you head over to a guardhouse or something. Turn him to the authority.
Also to the actual guild, probably.
It is.
Is it right? Because the guild might want to know that its members are getting possessed, and also that there might be more of them. And with the guy himself there that we kidnapped, it's not really kidnapping anymore, but a glorious rescue from spooky Chilsal.
Yes, totally.
Yeah,
Totally not illegal at all.
yeah. He totally came willingly. Ask him.
Yes, you totally didn't have to threaten. Tell them. Anyway. Alright. So, people are obviously very concerned about hearing this. Rumors begin to spread. You're not sure what effects this might have just yet, but it remains to be seen. In the meantime, what are you going to
Mm, have we been with to Tim the Wizard yet? Was it? I don't remember where on the world map it was. Was this the guy we sold the axe and shit to?
do? Yes, it was.
Ah, god damn it! I hate it already. Uh,
Ask the guards if they know about a description.
also, yes. What do they know about Sebastian with red hair, tall, well-dressed, sharp features, and a pendant with eyes? And what do they know about Tim? Also, I feel like I've heard of a Sebastian before, but I can't remember.
Alright, the guards tell you that he is a son of one of the prominent noblemen of this. One of the, he's like a son of one of the counts in the local area. The count himself doesn't live in the city that often. He sends his son as sort of a liaison with the imperial court. Uh, that's about all the guards would know.
Okay. Know anything about Tim? I remember he barely opened the door. I don't even think he did open the door when we traded him the eggs last time. It's just a stupid talking door.
I think he did eventually open the door and then put the eggs onto like a lift or something. You never actually met him properly. He didn't seem very sociable. Or maybe you didn't. I don't remember. It's been such a long.
Yeah.
Anyway, he definitely was not very sociable.
How did the guard feels on raiding Tim's place because he's a spooky cooperative to spooky outsiders?
Raid the nobles.
I mean, he does have a house in the city.
Yeah, but I'm assuming the gods are more likely to go after a random wizard than the local big dick governor's son or whatever.
Well, generally speaking, they
son.
leave Tim alone. He's a spooky wizard who does, spooky wizard stuff.
Also reasonable. Is there a Cypher's outpost in the area? I don't think so, right?
Is there a what? I didn't
A
hear what you
local
said.
branch of the Cypher's school or whatever? Local
Yes,
Cypher's.
there is.
Great. We should visit those and talk with him about it and go pay Tim a visit with him.
Well, Tim isn't a member of the Zythian circle, sort of, so to speak. He's his own thing. But I don't know. Still talk to them and see what they have to say.
Yeah, they probably know more about him than we do. Or the gods that say he's a spooky wizard.
All right.
Say we talk to the
Oh,
Also reasonable. But can we even get to the noble? Or isn't he in the stupid big nobles only club
yes, he
of
is.
the city? Yeah. Screw them.
I mean, you could try to get. I mean, you're like level 8 now. That doesn't necessarily have to stop you, but
Not for 2,500 more XP.
oh. Well, you're still a big dick adventurer. Can you know?
Reasonable.
I mean, that might be why the extra don't want you there, because adventurers are trouble. But I don't know. You could find a way if you really wanted. Sure. You do know
guards.
of ways through the tunnels of the city that might be able to get you into there. It's just a matter of,
Ask the guards
looking like you fit in there.
how hard would
To get a what?
A
warning
warrant. Actually, get the guards on our side to go ask for the guy.
Dutch one.
A warrant. Against a nobleman, very, very difficult.
What about a wellness check?
Wellness check.
We're
I
local
don't think you
experts
would be the
getting
ones
possessed by
responsible for
spooky
doing that.
guys.
But
Can we ask what's his face if Sebastian had spooky pop lies, or if he was just cooperating normally?
he would say that he didn't notice anything like that. But then again, he didn't know to look for it, so maybe he just
Yeah,
didn't see it.
reasonable.
I could just fly so
Yes, you could fly
Right.
over there.
You're
I'm sure they
done.
wouldn't mind a dragon flying over the noble district at all.
I can fly.
How about instead? Actually, let me check if this thing. I think it's a personal spell. Is it? It is. I never mind. Hmm.
All right. So, do you just want to go to the Zythus school and talk to the wizards for now?
Yeah. Sounds reasonable. Maybe see if wizards get special rights to Noble District for whatever. Or maybe they have a job over there and can just bring us with them past the guards.
All right. So you go to the Zythian school. Uh, and you talk to, I guess, the administrator wizards, because the other wizards are teaching right now. He would say about. So what are you going to ask him exactly?
What can you tell us about Tim? Do they know if he's involved in spooky things at
Tim
all?
was part of originally lived in Zythus, but he was expelled from the school for his experiments involving the hybridization of creatures that were not sanctioned by the university board. He seemed to not even care about what the university board had to say, so he went to Stonemead and presumably carried on his experiments here. We haven't seen very much of him. He does not like us at all,
Hmm.
or anyone from Scythe. Unfortunately, we don't have very much sway in the city.
Do you know what he's been up to? We have reason to believe he's trying to cross outsiders.
You mean abominations?
Yes, totally. Very well said.
That sounds like something he might try to do. I'm afraid we don't know very much of anything about what he's up to.
Hmm.
He guards his secrets well, and we've long ago stopped trying to spy on him.
Do you know anything about Chotzal? Chotzal? That you could tell us that we might not know yet?
Only the basics.
No.
Why is there? Do you have some problem with Soshar?
Uh, Quite a few actually, yes.
That's
They've
troubling.
been invading the city more or less. We have reason to believe that Sebastian is working with them and that even the local nobles are in on it.
Well, they
Yeah,
haven't
Tim is
targeted
working with
any of
them.
our members, as far as I would know. I'm sure our wards on this school wouldn't notice it. Perhaps that's why.
That's good at least. Considering we're dealing with aberrations, do you happen to have information about the cerulean sign locally? I only know it exists and not much more.
The cerulean sign. So you have been doing some studying, haven't you? We don't usually talk about that openly.
Wester?
Well, it's not exactly a secret. We don't generally keep that sort of secrets, but it's not wise to let the enemies know of your capabilities. I would say that if you truly wish to know more about the cerulean sign, speak to Tobias Kedmore. He would be able to help you there.
I will make sure to do that. About another member that we know is involved with these shows. It's Sebastian, the local son of a count. He seems to worship Uxmethal, or at least something with spooky eye on a pendant. Do you happen to
I
know if
can't
I
help
can
you there.
locate
The
that pendant?
local nobles want nothing to do with us. We generally keep out of
Oh,
each other's way.
so they do not hire you for warding or similar things that could get us into the noble part of the city?
No, they usually hire independent wizards. They don't trust Zythus, generally speaking. There's a few exceptions, but none that have happened recently. And in general, we are not trusted in the noble district of the city. We're
Unfortunate.
barely tolerated or allowed to have a school here.
Arthas this.
Can you do what?
Just makes a random move.
Yes. What do you make an illusion of?
Makes a
An illusion of an illusion. It just says illusion.
It's illusion written out in fireworks that stay.
I wonder if that's an illusion.
Of course, so it's fireworks.
uh eh,
Yes, I am capable of casting illusions.
are you familiar with the art of rope tree?
Uh, there are a few spells that can enchant rope to make
Ios we rope.
a rope wizard. Interesting. I'm not sure of the practical uses of such a branch of magic, but we are always willing to learn. Uh, Wait, are you in your dragon form or in your elf? I was assuming you're in your elf form. Oh, okay. I mean, people generally. I mean, I would assume you would generally be walking around as an elf form, since people would be upset if you were wandering around the city as a dragon. But
No,
Who's gonna tell a dragon not to be a dragon, though?
uh, well, they would just be, running and screaming and that sort of thing.
no, I thought just in the magic. Well, I'm assuming back into
All right. Well, we'll just assume that you were. Maybe you put a cloak over yourself. You were hiding. Wearing a towel on your head, as long as it covers about 30% of your face. Can't recognize you. It's a perfect disguise. Anyway, uh, so yes, the wizard would pat you on the head and say, "What a nice dragon."
Arthas.
Cutting out a bit, Arthur.
I am Arthas Silverwing, Baldry.
Oh, nice to meet you, by the way. I am uh, Duncan.
Just Duncan.
Yes, just stunk. It seems to be a sore spot for him.
Oh,
All right. So you head out of the school.
Should probably check up on Sebastian now, I guess. He's probably easier to deal with than Tim.
Probably. He's less likely to kill you.
That's what I said.
Probably. I mean, you have no idea how powerful Tim might be, but
He's doing spooky body experiments. That's already powerful enough.
yes. And he'd be invading his tower where he no doubt has defenses and stuff. Or he could just try talking to it, but I don't think he'd be very talkative.
It's easy
Unless,
to bring him Chotsal bodies.
yes, that totally would work. Alright. So what's your plan to investigating Sebastian? You do know he has a house in the city. Well, technically his father does, but he lives there.
Hmm. Do I actually not have invisibility known? Am I this much of a scrub?
Probably. You know, like, I don't know, use, all sorts of dumb spells, not invisibility.
They're fun spells.
Yes, totally useful spells, like, let's see. Like gentle repose could preserve people's body
Yeah, that's useful.
and locate city
That is very
because
useful. We've been
yeah,
stuck in the wilderness a lot.
you can like look at a map. Amazing.
How many times have you seen us have a map ready?
Literally always.
But how many of us actually have wilderness to read that map?
Uh, okay. Oh, there you
Sorry, I
are,
was completely asleep. Sorry.
sleepyhead.
I
Okay,
was up until 4 a.m. last night.
I
Well,
was too.
technically this
My
morning.
dog was scared of the thunderstorm.
Oh,
It's okay. I just woke up like an hour ago. So,
okay. Sorry.
all right. So yes, the
Speak.
party had interrogated the alchemist that we totally didn't kidnap last month, last year technically. And he was telling them about how the spooky tentacle creatures known as Sochar. Yeah. We're trying to force him to create some sort of hybrid creature. And they have a couple of leads. They learned that Tim, the wizard, local wizard who lives in a tower and hates everybody, apparently was working with them. Also, a nobleman named Sebastian, and they recently talked to the wizards of Zythus. Got a little bit of help, but not really. So they're working on trying to figure out how they're going to bluff or seduce or sneak their way into the noble sector of the city where non-nobles and servants aren't allowed.
I have an idea.
I
Perfect.
figured you would. and investigate this Sebastian guy's house, at least. Or at least learn more about him.
Well,
Alternatively, you could try to talk to Tim, the wizard who hates everybody and is very antisocial, possibly evil. But they thought that was not as promising for some reason. Can't imagine why.
well, gentlemen, it just so happens that the one place that I'm not really well known as being the magician who has done questionable things is that noble's place. If I can pull off a magic show there, we can sneak in using that. I'll just be distracting the audience with my magic skills and my showmanship. Anyone object?
No, go for it.
It is called the Stone District, by the way, because it's on a stone. It's sort of Stonemead is built on this giant sort of rock, and the Stone District is on this, like, surrounded by cliffs on 3 sides. So, and then it's walled off on the other. So you'd have to, like, if you distract the guards, you still have to, like, climb over the fence or climb up the cliff or something.
We
But you
could
could
try
try
to
something like that.
we could try to convince the guards that we're supposed to be here for a show.
Yeah, you could try that.
Do we have a cart or anything we can use? Because I need a large amount of things for my things of illusion.
I think you have a card. You could buy one.
Fuck, I'll have to rent one. Oh, I hope I'm not still in debt to that one. To the cart rental guy.
Is there anyone you're not in debt with?
Who the hell lets you?
Excellent question.
He's probably not in debt to the Emperor yet.
Nah, well,
Okay,
Because if he was, he would be dead. So.
I go and rent a cart.
Alright, you can probably rent a cart a day for, like, a silver, yeah.
Silver, and I go, okay.
Just make sure you don't break it. Or lose it, or set it on fire. You know, those sort of things that happen when adventurers are around.
I'm gonna have to go over to the pet shop and rent some animals again. Hopefully these ones won't die. Should I also have to pay off the ones that I killed, right?
Alright.
Arthur says, I can shape. I can just do all the.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Arthur
I'm gonna be distracting the guards while you do your business. While I distract everyone else,
Or sneak in. Have to distract him.
Oh.
I thought you were bluffing your way in by saying, "Hey, look at me! I am doing a show."
I'm supposed to
Totally.
be here. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Yes,
Cart.
a cart, and maybe to show the guards your magic tricks.
Yeah, like I was fully intending on actually doing a show.
Wonders.
Of course, he wants to do a show. That's like the whole point of his character. Why would he even make this character unless he wanted to do a magic show?
Oh, I'm gonna have to. You know those guys that we talked with that were like evil and trying to kill me?
Them.
You're gonna have to
Yeah,
narrow it down a bit.
Yeah, we talked to them and they were part of my show now. Remember?
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go get in contact with them. Shit. I'm gonna have to have them in the crowd of like people, so they're like, "Oh," and I'll be like, "Yeah, I need you on stage," and then I put them into the little box, and then I pretend to cut them in half, while the other one's in the other box. I mean, you're not supposed to know that magician's secret. You guys forget what I just said. Fuck, I said it again. Alright, so we gotta go find them as well. Didn't they say they were at a tavern, right?
Yeah.
Yep, they did.
Alright, well, I'll go get that. You guys rent the thing and bring it back to the little hidey hole I have here. And start loading up anything that looks illusion-y and weirdly showmanshipy.
Yes, I start
Especially the boxes, because I've been laying on those to sleep on.
Okay, I start loading things up into the cart.
All right. Load up 3 dead birds, a dead rat, although it might not be actually part of the show.
They are not a part of the show, but I'll take them. They're lunch. We'll
Several
cut them
dirty
away.
handkerchiefs. Several things that might be trash, actually, but you don't probably fine.
There's also a trick sword.
A totally real sword.
Yes, thank you.
Some I don't know, a whole bunch of random junk. I don't know. I'm not gonna come up with more things because I can't. So yes, you load up all the junk. Some of it's probably real junk. It's hard to tell, but and cart it off towards the gate to the Stone District, or whatever, wherever you're going to.
And should we go through a scene where I actually have to talk the guys into actually working with me, or should we just cut to me dragging them over to the Stone
Yeah,
District?
you can drag them over. They're very reluctant.
All right,
They're not.
I'll
You're
drag
not
them
certain
over.
they were paying attention to the directions. But
Or they're getting cut in half part.
yes, and the sticky girl legs out at the right time, and I don't know. Let's
Well, I'm
see.
dragging them
Why
with
don't
me.
you roll a diplomacy check to see how well you explain it to them, and convince them to come along with you.
Oh god, my diplomacy is not great.
I mean, your diplomacy is great.
It's only +2, or it's only 2.
You probably should have more ranks. Just, I think so. All right, a 5th. All right, you think they got the idea. They don't seem like the brightest, but they seem at least willing to cooperate.
It's a good thing only I need to be somewhat smart here.
Don't know. Never underestimate the stupidity of an absolute idiot. Something like that. Anyway. All right. Together, you've got your stage hands, and you're going up to the gate to the Stone District. And the guards say, "Hey, you got a pass."
Pass? What do you mean pass? I'm supposed to be doing a show here tonight. They didn't give me a pass. What are you talking about?
All right. Now is your bluff check.
Oh no, that's 2 as well.
What do you mean you don't have bluff?
I don't know how to modify these.
Oh well, you have to
I
put
rolled a
some
nat
ranks in
20
them.
anyway, so
Well,
I
a
mean,
modified 20.
yeah,
So
modified 20. I only got an 18, so but
you
20.
probably should have ranks in bluff. That's right. We
What
never
do
sorted
we
out your
have
skill
ranks in?
sheets. That's something we need to do. All right. I will assume that you would put some ranks in bluff and diplomacy. Those are things that you might want to have ranks in.
Max
And
ranks
we'll
is
sort
11,
out.
just throw another 11 on that.
All right. So
Probably reasonable.
yeah. So you got a 31 in bluff. They seem totally convinced. Like, all right. Well, a
I don't
show.
get paid enough to question things. Let's go. Let him in.
A show. Like,
All
what
right,
kind of show?
stage. Oh, it's a magic show.
Magic? You don't seem like you're magic.
He's a rope
Exactly.
wizard.
A rope
Don't-
wizard? I've never heard of rope
Don't
wizardry.
listen to what they're saying. So, let me show you something. I pull out my deck of cards, and I ask them to pick out a card from the deck that I like after I shuffle it.
All right, they pick out a card.
And while he's picking out a card, I'm going to roll sleight of hand to steal his wallet.
Okay. So that's a. All right. Let's see what he rolls. Uh. You realize that he's watching your hands, and that it probably is not a good idea to try to steal his wallet at this
Damn
time.
it. Well, whatever. Well, then I tell him to remember the card and shuffle it back into the deck.
All right. He does that.
Now I start playing with the cards a bit, kind of throwing them up into the air until eventually one of them flies out and lands right on my head. And then I just pick out that card, and that's the card that he had, right? So I'll just do a sleight of hand to see if that actually worked out.
Okay. All right. You are very impressive. Fantastic. And yes, it is his card. He's like, wow, you're a wizard then. You use magic.
Not exactly, but yes, sure, yeah, whatever.
Why are you doing card tricks then? Why not just like throw fireballs around?
Well, you see, you never see wizards do this because this is much more high level. It's harder to do. It actually takes
Oh.
real skill and not just nerd shit. You get it? It's great.
I'm not sure he gets it, but he's like, all right. So you're doing a show then. All right. I don't want to get anyone's bedside, so all right, I will let you in. He opens the gate and lets you guys through.
Thank you, kind sir. You will not regret this.
All right, so you're now in the Stone District. You're walking around like you know you're supposed to be there, even though people don't seem convinced you are. Uh,
I'm gonna
and
use that magic hat of mine to get a much nicer piece of clothing on me, like a nice suit and tuxedo, and like a traditional magician.
uh, with sleeves that are way too big and totally aren't hiding stuff inside of.
Also, a
Yes.
gigantic wizard hat. Mandatory.
Yeah, it's like unreasonably large.
Well, Aldry's is already unleashed large, but if it's even larger than Aldry,
That's because it's a dragon.
Aldry isn't a
Why
dragon.
not?
Which one was the
Aldry
person who
is
keeps
a gnome.
transforming into dragons?
Arthur's the dragon.
Oh,
What does it?
Aldry is a gnome. He's wearing a wizard hat that would be large even on a human. So,
mine is unreasonably larger.
all right. So it's like 4 feet across. Flops down.
Exactly.
All right. So yes, you go. So now you need to find a way to sneak inside of his house, I guess, or just go up to his house and say, "Hey, is anyone home?" It's up to you. But
All
knowing
right,
that you're adventurers, it probably involves larceny.
all right, guys. What do you think my chances are of continuing this bluff and ending up inside of his house doing a magic trick show?
We should totally do that.
I
What
think
could
that
possibly
would
go
work
wrong?
out perfectly.
All right. So you go up to his house,
Yeah, I knock on the door.
knock on the door.
This is gonna end so badly.
Nothing. No response.
Let me just knock one more time, but like forcefully.
All right. You knock forcefully upon the door. You're pretty sure that they know you mean business. You want this door to open. No response.
Well, time to break in.
Okay.
All right, so I'm guessing since I'm the rogue here, I'm the only one here who knows how to pick locks.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
think Arthur can.
Arthur can pick locks. But Arthur's in his book hole. The guy was technically.
my open lock is just +3.
You probably have ranks in open lock.
I didn't know how to change them.
I
Arthur pull out his lock.
mean, rogues get a ridiculous amount of skill points.
Do I have thieves
6
tools,
plus
normal or master? I'm just
What's
assume
your actual
normal.
class? I'll calculate your skill
Oh, this
points.
is the wrong character sheet.
Oh
Uh,
God.
I think you did get thieves tools.
I bought.
So
Oh God.
I bought master.
All right, guys. I don't think I'm opening this lock.
34.
all right. So you're like, watch how this is done, and you fiddle with the lock for a while. You break your pick, and then Arthur just walks up and inserts a pick in it and opens it in one fell swoop.
Well, you have a point. All right, let's go. I'm
All
better
right.
with magic anyway.
I'm gonna search just traps.
Who traps their front door?
Someone who isn't home.
I would if I had a door. I just have a shack. I just have like a little corner of the street.
All right. After a cursory check of the door, you don't see anything. Though you do see that there are some guards coming by, so you better hurry up.
Yeah, I hurry
I'd
us
get
inside and close the door.
Oh God, they saw what we were doing.
What happened to the cart? Is it just a giant cart full of garbage?
You
and
probably
fun
just left
garbage?
it outside. I'm assuming.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I can replace everything that's in there except for
Bunch of dead
no,
rats.
everything. No, I can replace everything.
What happened to the 2 random dudes?
Oh yeah, I think they're still coming with us. Like just in the house with us now. Look.
I mean, they've done a few things before, so you know.
This is
This is normal
called
for them.
breaking and entering magic.
It's a certain kind of magic where we make all of the property's wealth disappear.
Well, that's not
All
what
right.
Which reminds me now that I'm inside, perception check to see anything valuable I can maybe steal that's not nailed down.
No,
All right.
no. I think that's not what we're here to do.
Well, we can do both.
Technically,
Yes. I'm just noting that Sven is the only character here who actually has good written on their character sheet. But
Arthur is.
Wait, what are you guys?
Chaotic extra evil according to the GM.
she kills puppies, so she's automatically evil.
Law. It was lawful good, but
No, he's more chaotic neutral.
yeah, I'm chaotic.
Well, think about
No,
it
no,
like
no, no,
this.
no. He's also chaotic extra evil.
Am I chaotic good?
According to your character sheet, you're neutral good.
I mean, he does bring great joy to children.
Yeah, so I think that balances out. You know, I steal from the rich and give to myself.
That would still be chaotic neutral, but okay. We'll just we'll talk about your character sheet later. Yeah, you're right. I was supposed to do some work on that, but then I didn't because.
Well, I was supposed to do a lot of work on my character sheet, but I fucked up too, so it's fine.
All right. Anyway, alignment aside, you enter the house. There is a relatively thick layer of dust over everything. It doesn't look like anyone's been here in a while.
No, no.
Oh.
The dust is undisturbed. However, you do spot a number of valuable things. You know, silver candlesticks and silverware and various knickknack goodies. Although, of course, your little friends there will probably want to share it, a share of it.
All right, guys, what I brought with me, we're doing a little magic trick here, where we're making all of this house's wealth disappear. Get whatever sacks that you brought with you, load up as much as you can get. We all split it equally. Us 3 split it equally, okay? Got it?
They seem totally naturals at this.
They already started. Good.
Yeah, they already started.
I didn't have to tell them. They're in. Let's do it. All right.
All right. So while
think
you
they're ready.
guys are gathering up all of the valuables that you can see, what are the two level-headed members of the party doing?
What do you mean level-headed?
Arthur
Well,
goes,
you're not here for larceny, at least.
I'm the one with the priorities here.
Arthur goes, so I get the other for trying to rob a bank, but they can just rob someone with trying to investigate.
I don't know. You were trying to rob
I
a
can't
bank because
change
you're.
him, but I can prevent you from being like him.
Arthur goes, yeah, whatever. Arthur's cast detect secret.
All right. You do not detect any secret doors within the radius of your spell.
It's gonna walk around the house.
All right.
No, actually, last 10 minutes.
You wander around the house.
Yeah, time to check out the place and look for interesting books and other things that might or might not have any info in them.
Do I see
Comics.
any? Do I see any nice, like, well-made furniture?
There's some nice
Are
furniture
you
around.
trying to steal the furniture?
Probably would be hard to fit into a sack.
There's
You
a
see,
door.
that's why I brought this. I pull out the comical saw that I was going to use to saw the man in half trick.
And you're
I'm
gonna
ta-
saw the furniture in half? That
No, I'm
does
going to
reduce
saw
its
it into
value.
whatever. Well, I can put it back together. And I'll sell it to somebody that by the time they realize what happened, it will already be too late.
You know,
All right.
Your character's just a scam artist.
Look, when you're in as much debt as I am, you
I mean,
need
you
a
did just
lot.
get a whole bunch of money and spent it all on knickknacks, so.
Okay, look. I'm not the greatest with money. My family is not well known for that. That's why we're in so much debt.
You could just skip town
actually
and
got
then
money
never pay
instead of
back your
just
debt.
got more debts.
Yeah, my great uncle George once tried that, and he died. They broke his limbs. It was not nice. It was not pretty. They even brought him back to town for the funeral. It was awful. There is no skipping town with the people I am in debt with.
Cool.
I don't know. Just become an overpowered adventurer.
Ar-
Or you could take out entire armies on your own.
Adventurers, they don't exist.
yeah, Arthur goes. Arthur just doesn't respond to that, just continues looking for anything.
Alright, you look around the house, but it seems totally deserted, like even the servants' quarters. It seems like no one has been here for quite some time.
What were we looking for here again?
Looking for a noble.
Are you sure this noble isn't just dead?
Well, supposedly
Reasonably.
this guy talked to him recently, so
But he hasn't been here for quite some time. It seems,
yes.
at least. Well, I'm gonna continue stealing everything that's not nailed down. Do I see any, like, jewelry or anything nearby? Or will I have to go to the upstairs to, like, the rooms where people stayed in to find anything like that?
You probably would have to go upstairs.
I'm
But
gonna
yes,
go
you find some
upstairs.
jewelry.
Oh, okay, I'll take that too. Anything
Alright.
nice I could wear?
Just not. Never mind.
There's some like rings and wristbands and stuff.
I'm gonna start wearing the rings and some of the wristbands.
Alright, so you are now Mr. T, basically.
Nice.
Except it's mostly silver, so.
Alright, I'm gonna go upstairs. What are you guys gonna do?
I'm
The
gonna go
spooky
upstairs.
shit is always in the basement.
I'm gonna go upstairs.
Alright, you head up the stairs. And in the main room you do spot a strange sort of shrine to like some sort of eyeball symbol. Very strange.
In the basement or upstairs?
Upstairs in the main bedroom.
Oh god, if that's up there, what's in the basement?
How big is it?
It's not that big. It seems sort of ramshackle, sort of put together.
Arthur is going to deface it, and
Is it magical at all?
It is not magic.
Okay.
Arthur's gonna deface it and scratch with false
Does it
proof.
does it look valuable?
Not particularly.
Damn it.
Arthur's defacing. There's only Arthur the Shiny. There's no the Great Fall.
Oh
I'm gonna
dear.
start.
What would
So,
your parents say?
is there only this master room, or is there like a series of rooms I can look through?
There's a series of rooms, yes. You look through it, gather up all the stuff. I'll tell you how much money you've gained at the end.
Is there an armory?
All right,
There's
I'm gonna
not an
look.
armory.
I'm gonna look around.
Is
I'm
there
gonna
a
find some
library?
jewelry, things like that. If I find a nice coffee table, I'll saw that down and take that with me too.
Have
All
you considered
right.
bringing your work through to just
You
study
saw
and
parts
find
some of the
boring?
furniture. I guess the wood might be valuable.
Well, when I put it back together, I can sell it to some schmuck.
I guess probably not for as much as it's worth.
Look, like I said, I'll take any money I can get.
Okay. And yes, so you want to check the basement now. Is that what you're saying?
Also, is there a library?
There is not a library in this house.
Is there an
Or
armory?
a shitty noble?
He's only the son of a count. He's not that high ranking. It's not like nobles ever read. The library is just there for show.
Yeah. What a shitty noble. He doesn't have to show library. What even is he
Yes.
worth?
Do they have any? Does he have like any boxes of jewelry or anything I can take?
Not too much like that. It seems like it does seem like someone has like moved out of here.
Do I see
A
any
lot of
nice
the
paintings?
there are a couple. They aren't that nice though. Like by
I'm,
noble standards, it's not actually that nice of a house.
I'm taking them anyway.
He probably gets made fun of by all the other nobles for how poor he is. Like he
Well, I'm
doesn't
gonna.
even have a library. Can you
Yeah.
imagine that?
Arthur's
Well,
like, Arthur is gonna make cuts like, well, I had a much, it was more of a cave, but piles of, we had a much nicer pile of stuff.
So
Yes.
I'm gonna take out a knife and start like, you know, like how in the movies they do it where they
No,
cut
no,
around the paintings and
no,
they take out.
You could just take it off the frame. Like
Arthur goes, that's not how you steal painting.
Well, this is how I do it.
The Arthur just breaks it with his tail. Like you
Damn it!
just break the frame and take the painting out.
Get
Arthur's an
awful,
art
no.
lover. He doesn't want to see the painting be
I
scarred
just
by a
wanted to
knife.
do it. I just wanted to do it the classic way.
But that damages the value.
And
Bad.
I just
Where did
saw
you
at a
even learn
coffee
that?
table.
Stop it.
You do realize, Arthur, you just heat up the glue, and it will just come apart.
Where did you even learn that? Stop it.
Arthur definitely doesn't go out. Didn't like run away and start robbing people. That's
When did that even happen?
maybe 100,
Uh,
104.
Goodbye. Sven is a bad influence.
I'm not a bad. They're the ones who are chaotic evil.
Arthur's chaotic neutral. Arthur's gonna go.
Technically, I'm
Arthur's gonna
lawful
go into the
neutral.
basement.
I'm whatever gets me paid at a moment's notice.
Yeah, it's chaotic neutral. Pretty sure.
All right. In the basement, there is a large hole in the wall that leads into some tunnels under the city, as well as a smattering of blood around. And, although not too much
It isn't in
blood.
a particular pattern or anything. Or just random dude got stabbed.
It doesn't even look like a stab wound. More like I don't know, someone had a bloody nose or something.
Yeah.
Just a very small spattering.
Tunnel lead.
It leads into the network of tunnels and old passages under the city. So it could lead anywhere.
Like a
But there's
sand.
a wide gaping hole that looks like it's been broken through.
Look like it's been disintegrated though. What the walls look
No, it looks like it's sort of been collapsed or broken. But strangely, it looks like it was broken through from inside the house, like someone was breaking out into the passages.
like. When was it look like the last person was here?
It must have been several weeks. It's hard to tell exactly. Maybe months.
Well, while he's exploring that and we're still like searching the upstairs, like I was gonna point out to Arthur, who's with me, right?
We're
No,
all
it's
welcome.
No, he's in the basement now.
okay. I got
You do have those two thugs with you. They have to split the money with.
So I'm gonna talk to the thugs for a second. So if we end up running into the owner of the house, pull out one of these, and I just pull out like a mallet, and I'm like, I call it the forget me trick. If they see us doing our little magic show, and I do quotation marks on my fingers, you whack them in the head with it. You hope they forget. Okay.
He just pulls out a knife instead.
That works too.
You guys are such terrible. Why did it all go wrong?
I don't see the issue with anything here. This
Okay.
is standard grab.
Alright.
Anything in the basement?
Uh, there's a bunch of boxes filled with, like, random junk. It looks like they never threw anything out. There's, like, old clothes.
I'm gonna
There's
look.
some old furniture. None of it seems to have any real value, but there's just a bunch of piles of stuff.
Cast it.
Yeah, I think your detect secret doors is still active.
Oh.
You don't find anything. It would have covered the basement anyway, because it's a sphere.
I'm gonna like look down the tunnel a bit.
The tunnel seems unremarkable. It's like the other tunnels you've seen around the city. Any trail that might have been left is probably too old to follow. If it's as old as the town, as the house has been abandoned.
Any notes, journals, books, anything around you that might have
Nope, he
anything?
wasn't much for writing. That's like peasant work. Why would I write things down? Jeez.
I guess the
I
only
don't know,
option is
maybe
to explore
Sophus
the
wrote
tunnel.
things down.
Sounds like the only option is to explore that tunnel. Do I see any chandeliers, by the way? Have I seen any?
There is a chandelier. It's not a particularly impressive one,
How
but
big
it's a
is it?
chandelier. It's about a foot across, maybe 2 feet across.
Alright, boys, listen up. We're gonna go steal that chandelier.
All right, you steal the chandelier. It's within arm's reach, so. Like I said, this isn't a super impressive house. Probably
Okay.
get to make fun of. Because he's too poor. He only has a giant house with servants and stuff.
No more stuff now.
One absolute pool.
What a poor guy. He's like barely better than a peasant, honestly.
Alright, well. Should we go check out the basement now that we've checked through the top of the house?
Sure, it's up to you. They're just NPCs.
Alright, let's go.
Alright, you check out the basement. You don't care about any of the holes in the walls or stuff, but none of the stuff in the basement seemed to have any real value. Maybe you could some old silks, maybe that you could.
Then
Come
I'll leave
apart.
it. I'll leave it.
All right. So you have successfully stripped the house of anything valuable. I'm sure the guards won't mind seeing you come out of the front door with giant sacks full of stuff.
Well, we'll just hide that into my boxes of illusion. A good half of my stuff is made to make people and things disappear, so I mean it works.
All right. Or we could go out the tunnels, I guess.
Arthur says, we could just take the tunnel out.
Well, what a smart idea. What a smart dragon.
Well, don't we have to bring the cart back?
Yeah, we can just
We only rented that.
just pick it up later.
Or you could just leave. Just not go back.
Also, that was just a random shapeshift. I could just change shape. They don't even know who that guy was.
Yeah, you could shape change into a cart. Return you. And then you just walk out.
I can't do an animate object.
I was gonna say that seems kind of unreasonable.
It is unreasonable.
And a
But-
dick move. Dick move.
Arthur
Yeah,
does-
because robbing people isn't dick.
Well, Arthur
Look,
said,
I'll steal from somewhat nobles, but I will not just straight up steal carts. That's just evil.
"Oh, just go gas to get the card himself."
I could just get the two guys to go get the cart. Hey, you guys get the cart.
Yeah, we'll just take the stuff and you guys meet us out, and we will. I don't want anything to do with you guys in your robbery. That's wrong.
You guys just meet us outside with the cart, and remember, find the boxes where you're supposed to crawl up inside of, and then put your bags in there so they don't find them.
Okay. Sure.
Take mine too. Looks like I'm gonna have to get a new sack for this exploration. Might find some nice rocks to take.
All right. So you went out through the tunnels. You have been up in this area before, so you do know at least a path to get out of the stone district if that's just what you want to do. All right. So you get out of the stone district. You go to meet up with your accomplices, and they don't show up.
Well, they double
Oh
crossed us.
fuck.
Also, that was a rental.
Let's check over by the front gate, see if they got stopped by the guards.
You check over by the front gate. You don't see them there.
Ah, damn it, they ran with the money. Well,
Well, now you owe
Should've
now
known.
you owe someone a cart.
Now you
ah,
owe someone a cart, and all that robbery was for.
well,
And Arthur maybe learned a lesson, like don't trust random dudes with your loot,
I've
Yeah.
learned no lesson.
or maybe not stealing from people. But
Arthur says, "This is, my parents. Well, dragons, silver giants. We do not steal from. Well, technically, we do things. Dead court. Loot people's stuff, which is not
only
stealing.
after they died,
Only after they've died. But
and only when they.
so evil people. We steal all the gold and then put it in a pile. Well, sometimes we put it in like neat. We'll set other things up. It's not always in a pile. Sometimes it's in like neatly sorted rows.
Well, do your dragon parents are being threatened by a mob that are gonna break all your bones in your body? No?
No, I've never.
Alright then, well I'm gonna continue stealing from whoever.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. My family's never been in debt.
Ah, yeah, you don't understand my pain.
Well,
Now.
being in a debt, being
Yes, like when you gain $7,000 gold, which is, and don't use it to pay any of your debt off.
How much
Well,
is
yeah,
your
that
debt?
would've only-
How much is your debt?
I've long lost track, and that's
It's
more
out
like
of null.
He's like he has an infinite amount of debt. He just
it's
is
like
always
it's like 500k.
I
That-
don't know.
That's actually a ridiculous amount of money.
Let me show
Yeah.
you about.
500,000 gold is like the wealth of an entire king.
Yeah.
Oil of dragons.
It sounds like someone was doing extortionate interest.
Yep, they are.
Arthur says I could probably try and. I could probably help you with that, but let's go visit Tim the Wizard. That's our next lead.
Our
Arthur,
only lead.
Arthur's gonna go back to the card guy and say, someone robbed your card and needs to just pay for the.
Alright.
How
The
much?
card's like 10 gold.
10 gold that could have gone towards my debt.
They're debt that would never be paid off because the interest racks up at like 1,000 gold a day.
I'll find a way.
You could just like not pay it off and just kill the people who.
Oh no, I could not do that. I'm a rope wizard. I'm not a combat wizard.
Well, you could get someone else to kill them for you.
It's not like I have a dragon in my party that can
Or
Yeah,
you
do
but
could
that.
only
fake your
in
death.
debt with people that actually kill people that have debt.
Arthur doesn't kill people.
Or you could fake your own death. That's always good.
My great grand uncle Giorgio also tried that when he fled town. That didn't work out.
Yeah. Okay, I guess we're going to Tim the Wizard's house.
Alright. Well, I think we can do that next week because I'm exhausted. Because like sleep is something that's nice to have sometimes when you don't have a
I
dog
agree.
crawling on you in the middle of the night because he's scared of the storm. Yeah.